Memorial Day weekend, 16 years ago, I got my life back. I've relived the scene 1,000 times. I woke up with a simple job to do: clean out the garage. It was not a project out of the ordinary. In fact, I did it every spring. But on this particular Saturday, for the first time, I'd be introduced to the idea that I didn't have to. I'd be introduced to minimalism. Our lives were typical: work hard, make money, spend it on the mortgage, clothes, cars, technology, toys for the kids. But when everything from my garage was piled high in the driveway, while my son was left to play alone in the backyard, it was a conversation with my 80-year-old neighbor that opened my mind to a brand new way of thinking. She said it like this: maybe you don't need to own all this stuff. And a minimalist was born. In that moment, I made a life-changing realization. Everything I owned had not brought meaning, purpose, fulfillment, or lasting joy into my life. In fact, not only were my possessions not bringing me joy, they were actually keeping me from it. We immediately began pursuing a more minimalist lifestyle by removing the unnecessary possessions from our home. This journey towards this simpler lifestyle has been more life-changing and life-giving than I ever expected. The possessions in our lives define who we are on a far deeper level than we realize. And as a result, the process of removing them teaches us valuable truths about ourselves and the lives we live. As I consider the years and all that I've learned, the following 5 truths I consider as significant as any other. Here are 5 life-giving truths about the minimalist lifestyle. Number 1, desiring less is more valuable than owning less. Here's what I mean. Minimalism has many amazingly practical benefits. It costs less, it requires less time, less energy, it brings freedom, rest, peace, and calm into an otherwise hectic world. And it provides a greater opportunity to pursue our greatest passions. But I have found over the years that the desire to own less is even more valuable than owning less. Over time, I've been able to remove myself from the constant desire for more, even in a society that idolizes consumerism at every turn. And when our life's desire shifts away from pursuing physical possessions, we are finally free to pursue lasting worth with all of our heart. Truth number 2, allow the journey towards less to move inward. Dropping off a handful of clothing at Goodwill isn't hard. Dropping off a full van load of unused possessions isn't that difficult. But pulling up to the Goodwill drop-off for the 3rd or 4th time with a van load of completely unnecessary things sparks a lot of soul searching. Trust me. The journey towards minimalism runs through the heart and soul. Correctly pursued, it forces us to ask some hard questions in deep places about our most intimate motivations in life. Why did I buy all these clothes? Why did I buy a house with rooms we never use? Why do I continue to flip through Amazon Prime Day sales every year? Why am I envious of my neighbor's stuff? These are hard questions to ask with no easy answers. But the darkest truth is that, unfortunately, many people will never even ask them. Truth number 3. The potential of minimalism lies in the addition, not the subtraction. Minimalism is not the goal. Minimalism is, after all, less about the things you remove and more about the things you add. The potential of minimalism lies in what you choose to pursue with your life in place of material possessions. Choose contentment, pursue gratitude and generosity, invest in relationships, grow spiritually, discover truth, find purpose. Your life is far too valuable to waste chasing possessions, and you'll discover this life-giving truth as soon as you stop. Number 4, minimalism will always vary. I live with 33 articles of clothing, but Leo Babauta lived without a toaster, microwave, or paper towels. And Daniel Suelo, a man I interviewed for my blog, lives without money at all. Now, I'm thankful for the example of Leo and Daniel because they remind me and they inspire me to own even less. They cause me to reevaluate my presumptions and strive towards even greater intentionality. But I have long since removed the comparisons. I'm called to live a different life than them. I have different values, different passions, and different pursuits. And so as a result, my minimalism will always look different. Minimalism is the intentional promotion of the things we most value and the removal of anything that distracts us from it. And by definition, this means minimalism will always look different from person to person. And life-giving truth number 5, we can change the world. We can change the world with this message. I believe it with all my heart. I sat behind a computer screen years ago, and I started the Becoming Minimalist blog with just a few keystrokes. It was to be nothing more than an online journal of our family's journey towards minimalism. But along the way, something unexpected happened. People started reading it, and people started finding a new life because of it. Eventually, this YouTube channel was started, and millions of people every year watch these videos and are introduced to the benefits of minimalism. The inspiration continues to grow, both through this blog and in my life. May the invitation to a minimalist lifestyle continue to change lives and ultimately the world. This is my hope. Thank you so much for being part of the Becoming Minimalist community, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. There are still exciting days ahead for all of us.